Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Renee Allen and Friends Show here on WLVS, the largest online radio broadcast in the United States. I am here right across from Howard University in the nation's capital. How good is that? Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a powerful show in store for you today. And I'm going to start off by just saying, God bless everyone. Thank you to our sponsors, Nevetica, Your Pet's Choice. And you can find us right there, bam, boom, padow. There is a website at the bottom there, nevetica.shop/pet parents, which will give you innovative and revolutionary ways to spoil your furry loved ones. So thank you so much, Nevetica, Your Pet's Choice. Look, today we have the TIS Foundation, the finest here today with us. And they are celebrating their 25th anniversary gala next Thursday. So we're 1 week out, y'all. Everybody say 1 week. And I'm so excited because they are here in the building. Of course, we have that Feel Better Challenge, diva herself. Check your chi now. Woo-hoo! Miss Paula Potts. And without further ado, I will take a break. And you know my girl, Silver Logan Sharp. And we'll be right back with Paula Potts. Stay tuned.
Breathing, grounding, visualize. Listen to your heart and shake it off. Breathing, grounding, visualize yourself feeling better. Something you can feel. Something you can feel. Healing your mind, heart, body, and soul. Don't you know that's something? Grounding yourself to get centered. Visualize the impossible. Listen to your heart, let go and believe. Love is the answer. Always, love is the answer.
Love is the answer, always. Good evening, and welcome to the Feel Better Challenge live with Miss Paula on the Renee Allen and Friends Show. I'm happy to be back for this fourth segment, so let's get started. So you're probably saying, is Miss Paula wearing glasses? Yes, I'm wearing glasses, and I'll tell you in a minute why I'm wearing these glasses. But for the moment, let's start, like we always do, with a breath and a blessing, right? Feel better, friends. Remember, we always start with a breath and a blessing. So settle yourself wherever you are, and remember the blessing is blessed be. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And settle in and say, blessed be, either silently or loud. And take another nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth and say, blessed be. And then give it a nice big smile and take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Blessed be. It's important to start every Feel Better practice with a breath and a blessing. In the morning, in the afternoon, before you make an important telephone call, before you get in the car to drive off, bless yourself and go out and be a blessing. So, what are we talking about tonight? Tonight, we're talking about visualizing. Visualizing. Remember, we have the Feel Better 5 and the Feel Better Challenge. That's breathing, grounding, visualizing, listening to your heart, and shaking it off. And tonight, we're going to do a visualizing exercise so that you can feel better. So that's why I'm here, to help you feel better. So let's do it. Get comfortable wherever you are. And I want to say a little bit before we actually get into the demo about the 3 visualizing practices in the Feel Better Challenge. And the first one is something I call the happy place, which is what we're going to do tonight. And then you're going to understand why I have rose-colored glasses. And so the happy place you can use as a resource for stress and crisis management. It's used in trauma resolution for titration. And it's used as a resource, an ounce of prevention when you anticipate you might be engaging in a stressful event. And we all know that there's a lot of stress in our environment Daily, we are confronted with a lot of stressful events. So it's important that we have a self-care practice that we can use to make ourselves feel better. The second visualization practice is one that helps to improve physical performance. Olympic athletes are well known for using visualization to improve their performance and actually win medals. So Google it, look it up. Visualization by Olympic athletes. You might learn something really interesting. And the third visualization practice is the well-known law of attraction. We all know about The Secret. It was a little controversial, but it was a great body of work. And we all know that the law of attraction is often used for goal attainment. You want to get a new job, you want to find new love, visualize it, and it might just come true. So now let's get to the practice itself. Creating and assessing your inner vision power. Seeing yourself successful, seeing yourself happy, making yourself feel better. So again, get comfortable wherever you're sitting. I wouldn't advise this while you're driving. The breathing and grounding can be done in seconds. Visualizing perhaps takes a few minutes. So take a moment to smile and breathe and settle yourself. Ground your feet on the floor. Settle yourself in. And then you want to breathe into your third eye or your mind's eye, however you may understand that, into your inner vision. Breathe into that space. And then allow yourself to imagine or visualize something that makes you feel happy. It could be a person. It could be a favorite place, a favorite thing, a favorite something to eat. It could be something you did a year ago, some fabulous place you went, and you just felt good the whole time you were there. So there's a lot of potential in imagining or visualizing a happy place. When you go to this happy place, when you visualize it, let's take a minute. Visualize a piece of cake, right? Maybe you like a little chocolate cake. So while you're visualizing the cake you had this weekend, you want to start to taste it and see it and remember how it felt to taste that cake and feel the joy within yourself, the good feeling that it gave you. You can actually breathe into that and send that feeling all throughout your body, and it can make you feel better. If you practice that daily, you will find that you can imprint that visual or that thing that you imagine. You can imprint it into your body-mind experience. And when you need it, when you need that ounce of prevention, when you have a stressful situation that you need to manage, you can go to that happy place. Hang out there for a few minutes. Feel the feeling. It actually changes your biology. So my self-care sermon for today is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice visualizing yourself feeling better. Practice a happy place. Try a couple of things out. Maybe it's your new puppy. Maybe it's a beautiful flower. For me, it's a day at the beach. Always makes me feel better. And I listen to the sound of the waves, and I feel better all over as I'm swimming through the ocean. So I'm going to check. I have a bit of science that I did want to share with this session. And that is, science tells us that we stimulate the same brain regions when we visualize an action as we do when we actually perform that action. I'm going to repeat that. Science tells us that we stimulate the same brain region when we visualize an action as we do when we actually perform the same action in reality. That's very powerful information. So you can Google it, research it further, and give it a try. Visualize yourself feeling better. Put on your rose-colored glasses and see the world in a positive light from an optimistic point of view. Check your chi with Miss Paula. So how do you find me? I'm Paula Potts on Facebook. I'm Paula Potts DC on Twitter, the Feel Better Challenge on Instagram, and my website is paulapotts.com. So thank you for joining me here on the Renee Allen and Friends show as we explore more dimensions of the Feel Better Challenge. Remember to feel better and put on your rose-colored glasses. See you next time.
Always breathing, something you can feel. Grounded, something something you can feel. Visualize the impossible. Don't you know it's something you can feel with Miss Paula? Oh, breathing, grounding, visualize. Listen to your heart, then shake it off. Breathing, grounding, visualize yourself feeling better. Something you can feel. Something you can feel. Healing your mind, heart, body, and soul. Don't you know that's something? Grounding yourself to get centered. Visualize the impossible. Listen to your heart, let go and believe. Love is the answer. Always. Love is the answer. Always. Breathing. Something you can feel. Grounded. Something you can feel. Visualize the impossible. Don't you know it's something you can feel with Miss Paula?
Remix, Mr. Flavor Valley Dance Hall, and a shower remix. You know, when you go continue after alcohol, no things about it. All the girls there, yeah, give me up there. Hey, how you there, man? Hey, alada go, ife bala baba go. Omo wanya na miyale, eburu bago, eburu bada. Baby, fire they go. All the boys sit down colo, and they want some porokotom potom pom. She con the pium 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 pium. Waka waka baby, uru baby, kona baby. And I go tell my mama, and I go tell my papa, and I go tell am say, you be waka waka baby, you be chuku chuku baby, baby sawale, sawa sawa sawale, sawa sawa sawale. Hey, pom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom. Pakolopa, 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 ipom pom. Ajari papa, ukuma baby, atukurege, ipom pom. Ashawo, awusha, awusha, ashawo, ashawo, awusha, pom pom. Pom pom. And the baby sawa lele, sawa sawa le, sawa 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 le. Hey,
My baby, let me feel it. My baby, let me feel it. My baby, let me feel it. Let me feel it. My baby, 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 I wanna feel it.
Lahi lahi ilala, aboki manu where the suya. Aki aki alcohol. Me I want to chop money. I get am plenty plenty plenty. Looking for sexy sexy sexy. I want some porokotom potom pom. She con the pium 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 pium. Waka waka baby, uru uru baby, kona baby. And I go tell my mama, and I go tell my papa, and I go tell am say, you be waka waka baby, you be chuku chuku baby, baby sawale, sawa sawa sawale, sawa sawa sawale. Pom pom, ikorokotom, pom pom, ikorokotom, pom pom, ikorokotom, pa, pakolopa, pom pom, ọjàrí pọpọ, kúkú mọ bèbí, akukurege, pom pom, aṣáwo, àwùṣá, àwùṣá, aṣáwo, aṣáwo, àwùṣá, pom pom, pom pom, and the baby sawa lele, sawa le, sawa 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 le.
Welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends Show. I am so excited. You know, we all go through ups and downs and good days and bad days, and I prayed for this couple. This couple is an extraordinary, I just say, force of nature. That's my opinion. You just don't meet people like the Ironos. And so we're going to talk about a little bit of their story over the 25 years that they're actually celebrating this month, next Thursday, at the Marriott Marquis. So I just wanted you to say your name and, you know, who you are.
My name is Emmanuel Irono.
And I'm Oge Irono.
Yes. And I am the #1 fan of the Ironos now. But listen, seriously speaking, y'all, this is so fabulous. First of all, I'd like to talk about, we'll end with what's going on next Thursday. But let's start at the beginning, why don't we? Let's start, how did all this begin 25 years ago?
Well, 25 years ago, I started my company, Motier Services, meaning memory of Teresa, Irono, and Romanus. And everything started as a small business right here in the district. We grew the business from zero to whereby we are about 400 employees. And while we had started the business, we thought about what can we do to help humanity while we are taking the journey from the business standpoint. So that's how this was born, out of the compassion that even if we have a situation that we are looking for something, we have to give back something. So it becomes the two twin entity that my wife headed the non-profit aspect of the Motier Services. So TIS Foundation becomes the umbrella and the foundation for the workforce development, training folks for my company and to be able to put them to work. We average about 300 to 400 employees, and TIS Foundation have helped the business to grow because it integrated the human side of the company to the community and building families and relationships. So on the June 6th,
Yes.
we are collaborating on the corporate and the charity at beautiful Washington Marriott Marquis, to a beautiful celebration coming up on the June 6th at 6 p.m. We are inviting everybody.
Yes. So let me ask you, okay, some of the things, and I know you've been doing a wonderful amount of work, but what are some of the things that really excite you that you have done for TIS Foundation and the community?
Yeah. What my husband didn't say was that he lost his parents at a very young age and came to the United States. So since he's been in the United States, he started his company that he's talked about, the memory of Teresa and Romanus, in Ward 8 of Southeast Washington, D.C. During the Miriam Barry.
Yes.
Those were his days when he started his company. And from that neighborhood, he saw that there was a lot of need for children, for families, for single mothers who were in that community. They needed a lot of help. They needed things that could make their lives better. So when he started the company, he decided, we need to be able to help this community. We need to be able to help. I need to be able to give back to where I started from.
Yes.
So we've been in Ward 7 and 8 of Southeast DC for the past 25 years. Wow. We've helped families, be it in starting their own businesses, feeding them. We have Team DC, that's a youth basketball team that we've the youth basketball team that we've mentored the young men. There are 25 of them. We've mentored them. Our goal is to actually have them go to college. And with this TIS Foundation Gala on the 6th of June, we've partnered with 5 HBCUs. The 5 HBCUs are Morgan State, UDC, Howard University, Elizabeth City State University,
That's
North Carolina.
correct.
That's where my
Yeah,
husband
yeah,
went
yeah,
to,
yeah.
and Bowie State University. So those 5 universities, our goal is these 25 young men eventually will get a scholarship to go to any of these HBCUs. So that's one thing we've done. Then in Africa, in Nigeria, where we are from, we've given back. We've trained over 20,000 young men and women in entrepreneurship development. We want them to start their own businesses. You know, in Nigeria, there's a high rate of unemployment. The government is not doing what they're supposed to do, but that's not what I'm talking about today. What I've done is I've trained young men and women in entrepreneurship development. I've trained them to start their own businesses, those that already have theirs to expand those businesses. And what we've done differently is we've given them seed capital, grants to actually, after the training, to start those businesses. So like I said, we've trained, we've given up to 5,000 people who have successfully gone through our program. Gone through a program who are actually, thriving, who have changed their lives. Because I keep saying, if you've touched one life, if you've impacted that one life, you've taken a generation out of poverty, because that one person with that one business that they've started, they're feeding their family, they're feeding a whole lot of other people.
Come on, okay, yes. But speaking of feeding,
so that's job creation.
Yeah.
So we've done that we've done that successfully in Nigeria. We hope to be able to do that also in Southeast Washington, D.C. We want residents, we want that community, the Highland Rising area of Ward 8, Ward 7. We want in the community, those people from those communities to be able to own their own businesses. So that's what we talk about, workforce development. My husband's company has several divisions where our employees who live in Ward 7 and 8 have been able to, retain their jobs. We've been able to help them with transportation, with feeding, with, different things to make their lives better for the past 25 years. So we have different programs that, we've tried to, in our own little way, to make the communities and lives better for people.
Well, I love the humbleness of the Ironos, but there's no little anything that you two of you do. Everything is a grand way, but they're so humble that they don't talk about it. Let's talk about it and segue to feeding the homeless. And during Thanksgiving, I know that was a big deal. Could you talk about that?
Yes. Thanksgiving for the past 25 years also. Every Thanksgiving, we fed... like I said, our service area is Ward 7 and 8. So every Thanksgiving we fed families, and we've given turkeys away and we've fed families. Christmas time, we do a toy drive with the police department where we give toys to children. This past, our largest turkey giveaway was this past November, where we fed 1,000 families and gave out 1,000 turkeys. So that's something we've done every year for the past 25, and we intend to continue.
Yes. What I found so interesting and so humanitarian is that not only did you give away the turkeys, you actually sat and ate dinner.
Yes.
I did see the video. I wish I had the video, but talk about that a little bit, because you do so much and the community wants to feel touched. And you touch the community. Because
we're from that community. Yeah. I keep saying that's where my husband's company started. And, Motir is our greatest funder. Our one and only, who truly believes in what we do. And so we are from that community. Yeah. So we want to be able to, they know us, they know him, more than anything else. He's part of them, I'm there, and we've So
well, we're just blessed to have my wife take the leadership role, because the key is that when I started the company, I was overwhelmed, and she understand, because as a microbiology, psychology major, she very detail oriented. So she take the vision by the hand and just, look at what we are facing and then find means and ways to connect with the families and build that foundation so that we can become a community organization, community company, creating jobs. And then you try to do different things to touch people's life in the community by establishing. We used to give away turkeys. He said, no, we're going to have a full dinner. We sat with everybody, almost about 400 people. We ate. It's right there on 4224 6th Street.
Yes,
God bless the woman. She gave us the parking lot. It was amazing. And then we wake up in the morning, everybody volunteered. The entire senior staff of my company, we volunteered, cooking up everything, and we all ate. After we ate, everybody took it to their homes for Thanksgiving. And the same thing with the partnership with the Metro Police Department. She was instrumental in terms of, bringing them together so that we can support the Metro Police Department, because they are the people that the community policing, that she wants to bring the children, the community back to them so that they are not afraid of the police, that the police is part and parcel of us. It's just a matter of dealing with what affects us. So I'm just blessed to be her husband, to be able to partake of that. And then also my company have benefited from her being able to take the non-profit arm of the company and expand. That's part of our growth and consistency over the last 25 years. So I say thank you so much.
Oh, well, I want to say a little bit about, first of all, that's awesome when you have spouses edifying each other. We need a lot more of that. So thank you so much. You're welcome. So let me just say one thing about your office, because every time I walk into the Montiers office and TIS Foundation, your staff is superb. It's like your family.
Thank you.
You know, so that says a lot about the leadership and at the top, because you know how the environment is how you lead. So congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Aleni. You've been an instrumental in terms of voicing out what we do, because we are very, very private, and we're doing it because we believe that it's about God. What God have given you, you need to give back. And one thing that I see that our corporate, we try not to run a hardcore corporate. If you have things that you need to do at home with children, with family, funeral, birthdays, all that stuff, we are very flexible so that we can make it accommodating, part of the benefit of our company. Because my wife was able to re-engineer the company to show us, to show more compassion. So that it's not about the Monday through Friday, then one strike you out. No, she tried to bring the fundamental of humanity into the company, and everybody becomes a family, so that they are not afraid to say, okay, you know what, I'm tired today, I'm gonna stay home. We say, okay, we see you tomorrow. You know, so it makes
You're gonna have a lot of applications now.
so it makes us to be very together, so we know each and everybody by their husband, their name. A lot of people have been with us for 25 years, 10 years. I remember this lady that came. She's a lifesaver. She just come into the company with a lot of energy and skill set. A single mother, she go from being a single mother, take over her family and train her children. They all went to Harvard University through the company. So it's a blessing. And a lot of people have gotten married. I know all their children. My wife is like a mother to them. I'm just blessed to have her.
Well, that shows the heart of your wife. You know, when you marry, it's a good thing to have a wife, you know? So let's talk about this amazing 25th anniversary gala that's happening on June 6th, next Thursday.
Yes, I mean, the gala is so wonderful because we are asking everybody to come and rejoice and thank God for the 25 years as a small business. Coming from during Marion Barry when things are turbulence, and God was able to balance the company, keep us going. We still sustain, we're still in the district. All our asset is still in the district. We believe in the district. So we just believe that we need to celebrate that, because sometimes if you don't celebrate what God have given you, you have no other way to go. So we are putting it on the table on the 6th. We're going to be a wonderful entertainment. good food, nice environment. We could have gone to anybody, anywhere else. We said, no, we're going to beautiful Marriott Marquis. Okay, so that it's a black tie, so you're all invited. TeesFoundation.org. You can get RSVPE.
Yes, and we'll be right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, and we're going to have more about the TIS Foundation 25th year anniversary gala when we return. Enjoy a little bit more of Flavor's music sensation.
Mastercraft on the beat.
Original Mr. Flavor. Every day na party, every day na jolly, oh. Oh, yeah, move your body. No time for story, oh. Where my woman? We supposed to the party, oh. No time to check time. Everybody shake it, baby. Shake it. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh.
Shakity, I like it when you do sharp, oh. Bakity, I like it na niko sharp, oh. My yo yo yo, uchangu changama. My yo yo, usije kudanganya. The way you wanna roll it, nataka my heart, and I can't control it, nataka mwenza. Hasade, ade, asanyonga unite, ade. That's what
oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Girl, your body, sweetie, sweetie, and your fine face, pretty. The way you whine, you be naughty. And your backside, bukwa egweji. Aliko dey here, you supposed to throw it. Adenuga dey here, you supposed to throw it. Who's your daddy? Too much money, oh. Follow your leader, one, two. Everybody shake it. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. For this my party, man, ya plenty, oh. I say for this my party, you go chop plenty, oh. Where my woman? We supposed to the party, oh. No time to check time. Everybody shake it, baby. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh.
Mastercraft on the beat.
Original Mr. Flavor. Every day na party, every day na jolly, oh. Oh, yeah, move your body. No time for story, oh. Where my woman? We supposed to the party, oh. No time to check time. Everybody shake it, baby. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh, yeah, mama, eh. Oh, yeah, sister, eh. Oh, my baby, oh. Time to party, oh.
Shakity, I like it when you do sharp, oh. Bakity, I like
Oh my baby, oh, time to party, oh, oh yeah, mama, oh my sister, oh my baby, oh, time to party, oh, girl, your body, sweetie, sweetie, and your fine face, pretty, pretty, the way you whine, you be naughty, 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 and your backside, Aliko de here, you supposed to throw it. Adenuga de here, you supposed to throw it. Who's your daddy? Too much money, oh. Follow your leader, one thing. Everybody shake it, shake it. Oh yeah, mama, oh yeah, sister, oh my baby, oh. Time to party, oh. Oh yeah, mama, oh yeah, sister, oh my baby, oh. Time to party, oh, oh yeah, mama, oh my sister, oh my baby, oh. Time to party, oh yeah, mama.
Welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends Show here on WLVS, the largest online radio broadcast in the United States, right here in the nation's capital, across from Howard University. How perfect to be one of the HBCUs receiving the money from TIS Foundation for the 25th anniversary gala next Thursday. I'm so excited to have Mr. Emmanuel and his wife Oge Irono here, and they have brought a special guest all the way from Nigeria. Yes! We have a special presentation for the 25th anniversary of TIS Foundation. Chef.
We decided to make a cake for your 25th anniversary.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Flavor, this is for you.
We get to have some cake. We got some cupcakes. We have a cake with the logo.
Wonderful.
Hey man, we're gonna have to eat.
Oh, that's.
And then we got Renee's on here.
Oh my
Congratulations.
goodness. This is beautiful.
Thank
you
you.
so much. This is a
Executive Chef.
surprise.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That's Executive Chef Dennis Stanley of Chantel's Bakery in Sterling, Virginia. So I want to turn this over to you and just talk about the collaboration between Montier, TIS Foundation, and of course Flavor that's here today.
So all the way from Nigeria, all the way from Africa, Mr. Flavor live in DC for the 25th years anniversary.
That's right.
It's all about, for me, it's touching lives with music. So it's a special collaboration with Flavor and TIS Foundation.
Yes.
To inspire, strong families and communities.
Yes.
Over the years, they've been doing a good job. I read about them. I heard about everything. I'm so glad to be part of everything they're doing. So it's going to be a wonderful collaboration.
Oh.
Let me ask you this, Flavor. What was the one or a few things, but the one thing that, because you're so busy, you flew from it's overseas, I don't think you've been home. So what was the one thing that set TIS Foundation apart from everyone else?
Yeah, I think their desire, and their desire to help, to be in that position where they can, use their platform to help these kids and, everybody that is involved. I think that's it. That's the strike for me. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I want to turn it over to the Ironos to tell us about why you chose this extraordinary superstar and what you want out of it next Thursday. What are we going to get out of this?
I think Mr. Flavor was being a little humble, very humble, because what drew us to him is his philanthropy, his heart too. He wants to help the disabled children particularly, and that's a population that's often overlooked. So he wants to help them through music, because that's his thing, So he wants to build music halls. He has a partnership with Liberian National Resource for the Blind, something like that. So, and there's this protege of his name is Sema, who is an aspiring musician, because he took him from that center and has trained him, performs with him. So he, like I said, he was being quite humble by saying, giving us all the accolades. But he has throughout Africa helped disabled children in Nigeria also. So we see that there's a synergy between what we do and him, and the heart is there. Like he said, there's the desire to help the less fortunate. And his foundation is partnering with him to sustain the orphanage in Liberia
Awesome.
for the next couple of years.
Wow, wow. Like I said, y'all, it's like family here. Emmanuel, I'd like to ask you, how does it feel to take a vision and 25 years later to see all of this happen on the platform and then with your beautiful wife to boot? You are gorgeous, girl.
Well, I feel that I'm very blessed to be here today because, my wife has been the part and parcel of the making of Motier Services, which, like I said, we create jobs and we create opportunity. We have 7 different profit centers and been around for 25 years. But the most important thing is that she brought the compassionate aspect of the company and workforce development. And now she's expanding her alliance by connecting with one of the best international Mr. Flavor to be able to reach out to those kids in the hard-to-serve population, the orphanages. They will do a huge collaboration with the things that she's doing. We want Mr. Flavor to put his footprint in what we do in Washington, D.C. We want her to visit some of our challenged kids and mentor them into music. Our intention is to be able to provide support system for them. And moreover, he is doing this out of his compassion. He is volunteering his time. He's supposed to be touring for 20 cities. But you know what? He said he's going to stay here in Washington, D.C. and see how we can do it together because he's passionate about what is happening to young kids. He wants to embrace them and turn them around. We are just blessed to have him in Washington. This is wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much for bringing him to us. I'm a fan now. I mean, I don't know what that song. Dun, 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 dun. I've been right OJ singing it all day. I love it. So anyway, let's talk more about what's happening that night and the honorees along with Flavor. Go ahead if you'd like, either one.
A Lifetime Achievement awardee is the Honorable Diane Watson, from the U.S. representative from California. She's 82, 83, 5 years old now. And she used to be a diplomat to Micronesia, in spite of all her years being with the U.S. Congress. Mm-hmm. But she started with schools, the public school system in California. So you see, our heart always goes back to the children and the families.
Yes.
So she has an incredible body of work, philanthropy, accomplishments, all of that. So she was the right person for us to honor with our first Lifetime Achievement Awards. Then we have corporate leaders. Our theme for our gala this year is Women in Leadership. So we have the First Lady of the Democratic Republic of Congo in Africa. We have Kenya Pierce, the COO of Inglot Cosmetics. We also have Melanie Johnson. She's with MGM. And Lady Monroe Miller. She's with the Tahiri Justice Center in DC here. Tahiri Justice Center advocates for young women, immigrant young women across United States. She's done a body of work that's incredible. So all these women are accomplished, phenomenal women. I mean, phenomenal, like I was saying to you today, seems to have been overused. They are extraordinary women who have done so much for children, for girls, for society in general. So we are happy to honor them at our gala, our 25th year gala. I mean, it's going to be a ball. It's going to be a blast. And we're going to celebrate. We have Flavor, who is international, who I mean, you just have to hear his music. You can't stop. You can't just sit still. You have to dance.
And we're going to get a little snippet of that today. Yeah. He's not supposed to really be performing per se, but we're going to get a little something out of it, right? So let me ask you, Flavor. I've learned so much through the Ironos and just looking on the website, etc. And I did get a chance to see that video with you and Seema. It looked like two angels dancing. Talk about that collaboration a little more. of what Oge was saying and why that's so important to you and what you feel about it.
Yeah, like I said before, for me it's not just about being a musician, you know, but actually it's about using my music to be a blessing to other people's life. So and in that direction I've been looking at which ways I can help, you know. But I think the best thing I thought that the best thing for me to do was to go into grooming these young talents, you know. But this time around, because these guys have been neglected, like people don't talk about them, people don't really give them the chance they deserve, even though some of them are very talented.
Yes.
So when I went to the school, to the center of the blind in Liberia, so when I went there, I saw this young man. He tried to sing my songs. He's already like a big fan of myself, So I heard him singing my songs, and I was like marveled, So I told him right away that we're gonna start something. I'm gonna start something with you, and we'll take it to the rest of them. So I came there, went back there, took him, brought him to Nigeria. We had to record, made a video, and then boom. So ever since then it's been awesome. We're trying to lift them up. Like he's already a star back in Africa, and so it's like it motivates the rest of them. They now know that it's not just that they can really achieve their dreams. So that's about it.
I love it. And what Emmanuel said earlier, and Oge, coming back to your roots, not forgetting about your roots and doing something about it, not just being a talker, but a walker, right? And so it looks like-minded people,
That's
the
right.
three of
That's
you.
right.
So we have about 8 minutes, I believe, right, Igor?
4.
Oh, 4 minutes. Okay. So I just like you to say one last thing you want to say each, and then we'll have him sing a little bit. Okay.
Well, I just appreciate the commitment and the compassion that Mr. Flavor have for the foundation and what he's doing with the young people. I believe that's what steers me to do whatever I can to be able to support my wife and him. For them, I know that they can be able to do some big things, not just in Washington, but in Africa. So I'm very, very happy. The event on the 6th will be. We're gonna hear Flavor, and Flavor. Guess what? He is bringing Summer to Washington. Okay. So there will be beautiful music. There will be 5 university presidents. There will be Congress people. There will be all the celebrities, ambassadors. It's going to be wonderful.
Yes. We'll be there.
We're expecting
Giselle
close to
Bryant.
about 400 people.
Candice Stewart.
Yes.
And who else?
Yes.
Guy Lambert, one of my favorite in the media.
Right.
Who else?
And Dr. Allen will be the mistress of ceremony, okay? It doesn't get any better than that.
Oh, my goodness.
We chose the right partner.
I'm honored. I love y'all.
We love you so much
Thank
for what you
you.
do in the you just unbelievable for you to be able to dig down and pull all the grassroots people that are struggling, trying to make an effort in a positive partnership. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Allen.
Well, people like you and your organizations are what I thrive off of, So speaking of thriving, yay! We're going to hear a little bit. You mind doing the a cappella? I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
You want this one?
Anyone? Okay, I'll give you.
And now you hear from Flavor.
Yes, so sawa le ash waka baby wuru wuru baby, hey, and I go tell my mama, and I go tell my papa, hey, and I go tell am say, and you be waka baby, you be chuku baby, hey, oh baby sawa le ash. Everybody come out. It's happening on the 6th. Mr. Flavor live.
Yes.
Mr. Flavor is in town.
Yes. And listen, for those of you who don't know what TIS stands for, it's to inspire strong, yes, communities and families. So kudos to you, kudos to TIS Foundation, kudos to all of you, Flavor, Montier, and it's going to be a wonderful event. Please go to TISFoundation.org/gala and get your ticket, please. And you can call the organization if you want to make a donation or want to. I think the sponsorship is still open for another day or two, and it is well worth it. Congressmen, celebrities, flavor. So see you there. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.